What's better than one station for loading your t-shirts and other garments? How about two? This is the HPN Signature Pro 16 by 20 inch double station auto open heat press. And in this video, we're going to show you how to properly uncrate it and set it up in your workspace. All right, so let's go ahead and open up this crate. I am using a drill, of course, just to make things a little faster. Of course, if you have a ratchet, you could do that. And I believe I'm using a 5/16 bit. Okay, there we go. All right, let's get this lid off and let's take a look at our heat press. All right, so before we move on to breaking down our crate, there's a few things we want to take out of here first. As I reach down in here, you have, of course, your copy of our satisfaction guarantee. It's just kind of letting you know what's covered under your warranty, where you could reach out for support. And also we have this card right here, really good. Scan that. That is going to get you to some great video resources. You may have clicked it to watch this video right now, but we have a few other things linked there. We're going to take these out. And then also down here, we have a few other things. Throw this away. Silica gel pack. It just keeps everything nice and moisture free. Power cable, very important. And of course, spare fuse. Put that somewhere safe where you're not going to lose it. Let's take all these out and get to breaking down our crate. Now for this next step, I have a rubber mallet. You can get one for very cheap at Harbor Freight Tools, as well as some work gloves just to protect me from any splinters on this crate. So let's go ahead and get geared up. Okay, one last thing I'm going to mention is this crate is a one-time use crate. So in the event that you need any warranty servicing, give us a call. We'll be sure to get you the correct parts sent out for your machine, but you will not be sending this machine back as it is a final sale. And again, this crate, we're about to break it down, so it is, again, one-time use only crate. Let's get started. All right, so the best way to break down this crate is you're going to want to strike right in here. Now you can see right here that this particular wall is going to come off this way. I suppose you could strike this way as well. I like doing the ends, and that's what we're going to do. You're going to give it firm strikes right over this top here at the nail. You don't want to strike too high because then you're just going to chip off this top section. So we're going to go in, try to strike maybe about 3-4 inches below the top line. Let's do this. There we go, and you can see I've loosened it up. I'm going to move to the other side now, and I'm going to repeat that step right here. Now you want to be very careful that you don't accidentally hit your heat press while you're striking, so you don't need to do big, huge swings. You can give nice, short swings right here. And now we're just going to alternate side to side, going a little bit lower every time. We could try, yeah, it's not quite ready to pry off, so we're going to go a little bit lower now, striking alternate sides until we've kind of broken this panel off of the crate. And again, being very careful not to accidentally hit my heat press. It's come off pretty good. And now, very carefully, pry this off. There we go. And pull this off to the side safely. Okay, now we can just gently pry this off. There we go. And of course, we're going to safely move this over to the side. See, and just with that, it's so much easier to pry off now. And again, we're going to be careful. Nice and slow. There we go, like butter. Now this is where you're going to want to be very careful. We have a small area to strike right here. You don't want to hit your heat press. This is another reason why we use a rubber mallet and not a metal one. Just going to loosen it up a little bit. Come to the other side, do that again. And now for our big reveal, let's slowly and carefully pry off this front panel and reveal our beautiful double station heat press. As you can see, due to the size of this machine, you're going to need at least 2 to 3 people to lift it up and onto your surface. We're using a Signature Series double stand due to the wide footprint of this machine. To purchase your own double stand or for more information on how to convert 2 existing stands, be sure to visit the link in the description. Now, having lifted this out of the way, we are revealing 2 more things. There's going to be an adjustment wrench, and of course another one of these bad boys. We're just going to throw this away and keep this. All right, now comes the fun part. We're ready to kind of unwrap this thing and get it started. So let's remove this plastic here. There we go. And then you can get some scissors or some wire cutters or some pliers like this. We're going to go ahead and remove these zip ties. There we go. This is our secondary leverage handle right here. We're just going to set this to the side. And now we can open this up. Now with the upper platen open, we've actually freed up our dual station, which is on a sliding rail system. You can see it's very smooth, very easy to slide to the left and to the right. So when you have one thing pressing here, of course, while it's pressing, you could be over here, setting things up. Then when it's done, you just swap it over. And now you're free to prepare your items on this other side while this side's being pressed. So super cool feature. Of course, we can just have it centered right there for now. Okay, so now remember this little Allen wrench that came with it? We're going to need that right here. Go ahead and pull out our secondary leverage handle. And it will fit right over these heads, so you don't have to remove those. What we're going to do is we're going to slide it over now, and now we could lock it in place. Now we're going to do that with our Allen key right here. Don't go super tight. At first, you want to have both of them tightened up, and then once they're both nice and tight, then you can go in. You don't want to torque it too hard. But now you can get it just nice and tight. There we go. Nice and secure. There we go. All done. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and plug it in and power it on. Now, before we power it on, sometimes these 2 plugs may come loose in shipment. You just want to go ahead and make sure that they are fully secured in place. Then we could power it on. Now, this is going to use the exact same gauge as our other Signature Series machines. So to adjust your settings, we're going to hit OK. You could toggle here between Fahrenheit and Celsius. Of course, we're going to stick with Fahrenheit here. OK, one more time is going to get us to our temperature. We're going to be dropping this down to 305 degrees, which is pretty standard for a lot of transfers. And then, of course, we can adjust our time. You can go all the way up to 999 seconds if you want to. But this time will always be in seconds. Hit OK. It's going to lock in our settings. Now, the green here that you see, that's our set value, or SV. That's where we want the heat press to be. The PV is your present value. That's how hot the press actually is. And on the same note, SV over here for our time, that's what we want our timer to be set to in seconds. PV is how many seconds are left on the timer. So once we close the machine, that's going to automatically count down, and that white PV is going to tell you how many seconds are left on the timer. Now this is an auto open heat press. Now what that means is that once the timer reaches 0, this heat press is going to open up automatically on its own. And so now that it's open, we can go ahead and slide our base over and press on our second station right away. And again, the process is going to repeat itself with the automatic opening system. To adjust pressure on the machine, go ahead and lower the handle slightly to give you better access right here. You're going to turn it clockwise to increase the pressure, and of course counterclockwise to decrease the pressure. You'll also notice right here, this red button, this is your emergency release button. So when the machine is closed, it's going to be held shut by an electromagnet. If you need to open the machine before the timer reaches 0 for any reason, just hit the emergency release button. It's going to disengage the magnet and allow you to open up the heat press. One last thing that we do want to mention is the machine does have adjustable feet like this. Now, it should come leveled straight out of the box, but if you're working with a not so level surface, you can always make micro adjustments on each of the 4 feet. And there we go. We are fully set up and ready to start heat pressing with our brand new HPN Signature Series 16 by 20 inch double station auto open heat press. For more information on the HPN Signature Series, you can visit us at heatpressnation.com or give us a call at 800-215-0894.